Welcome to the Poetic Evening with Fertile Brains, a place where poets gather to share their minds. Welcome, my dear friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Manshatvam is what we talk about to rise by lifting others. Last week, India has, witnessed a momentous, moment where it launched, satellite a moon, South Pole. So today would be exciting. You can hear some beautiful poems on moon. And before that, let me welcome all of you for making this, event, taking your time off from your routine. Thank you, my dear friends. Please to welcome Richard Spisak, who's been after a long time, he's been very active on our platform. He's something like, he's a mainstay, I would say. But yes, he's been down with health issues.
Can you hear me?
So,
can you hear me?
Please welcome Richard Spisak.
Thank you all.
Namaskar.
Thank you so much. I've been missing you all terribly. It's so wonderful to be back. I'm still not back. I'm still in the recovery phase. But thank you all so much. I've got a couple pieces I hope that'll make you smile, make you think. That's my job as a poet, I think. So here we go. This first one, look at the image behind me. It's something called a cryptic 20-armed feathered starfish, and it lives underneath Antarctica. Okay? My God, what that must be like. And I'm taking a page from the old famous wizard Merlin, who wanted his people to imagine themselves inside other creatures, to see what the world's like from their point of view. So I offer you this 20-armed cryptic feathered star beneath the Antarctic sea ice. Feeling one's way beneath the depth of ice, one gray-lit day, each flanging finger seeking lingers to taste the path. At last, one cold cocktail tastes the slim, salty rim. In the shifting crystalline light that reaches deep, each finding finger grasps and tender tastes the neck in swirling circles checked. Amid the bobbing ice chunks hopping in blue ice reverie. Beneath the wind's whipped glow that knows facing, fractured, the drifting, lifting, crumbling ice that's tumbling. Each 20 finger implies in its spiraling course to find these 20 arms, each finding place beneath the shifting icy face. Each spiny finger searches fast to trace. Popochromulus, the cryptic creature, wins its spiny finding, 20 feather-footed dining perch beneath the lurching sea ice perch. These Antarctic feather stars, concealed by where they are named and cryptic claimed, so it seems, because how elusive are their salty seaside dreams. Crawling there beneath the ice, below the wind and snowy golden flow, each seek its luncheon in the deep. Each feathery finger seems to find amid the ice rime these febrile tasks, and beneath the splashing ice to grasp, from 65 to 6,500 feet under the sea, they lurk, they search, these icy canyons mold, well met, in silent currents kept, and crept, these fingers finding swirling cryptic feather stars unworldly, maybe the easiest way to sway. Cryptic 20-armed feathered star. And I'd like to read one more for you. This is a little bit about the mystic path, my friends. It's about the inner permeability of prana, of energy, of the flow, what the movie people call the force. This is called Over, Under, Around, and Through. Over, under, around, and through. The universe going to take care of you. As above, so below. Count on your daily million miracles to ease your way, or just count on your toes. Hurtling, tumbling through the immensity of space implies, of course, the other place, the way the sunlight sparkles on the water, just exactly how you oughter. I often heard among the folks, then like a far different species of joke. No ever telling joke so mean. The ambassador ups and closes his magazine, and from the rose press between the pages of an ancient book, we get a very different kind of look. And like that rose plastered between the pages, what colorful threaded harmonies we find ourselves engaged in. Live out in mercy, come what may. May you too sprinkle a little mercy on the bread of day. Over, under, around, and through, the universe is going to take care of you. And just like the capuchin monkeys in the zoo, the stage ages of sages cages up and you break on through. Thank you, my friends. Thank you very much. It's wonders to be among you again. Thank you.
Universe will definitely take care of you. That was something so beautiful as always. And who could think of starfish? And that was a super poem, I would say. Super background. Yeah, that was ritual. And thank you, Richard. Thank you for taking it to the poetic evening and poetic, with the fatal brains. And yes, that was resounding. Thank you. But I'd love to have you always. Please welcome our next poet. Our next poet is, yes, Mircea Dan Duta from Romania. Please welcome. He's a cultural ambassador and a brilliant poet. Please welcome Mircea Dan Duta. Please unmute your mic, sir. Mircea Dan Duta.
Okay. Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Oh, thank you very much. I am also honored to be again with you after a long time, and I'm very happy to have the opportunity to read within this
Sir, your audio cut off and maybe the signal issue.
for the intensity of your program and for the great names which visit it. Once again, thank you, and also thank you for allowing me to read among the first ones today. As I have something immediately now, almost at the same time. So please allow me to read the two poems I prepared for today. I want to mention that one of them it's very new, and that therefore my translator into English had no time to translate it into English, so I'm going to translate it right now during reading it from Czech. Free arbiter. What else do you still have to do when they don't need you anymore, because you have nothing more to offer to them, for you are not able to do anything more and anything else than dignifying committing suicide. In exchange, you do need them, because it is only from them that you can, it is that because they are only there, they which could provide you the pills which would bring you the death. The second poem, it's a poem, also a very new one. I wrote in the memory of a very young Romanian poet Alexandru Constantin Popescu, which died a couple of days ago, and he was only 26. The title is Zerkalo. Zerkalo is mirror in Russian, and it is the title of a famous and excellent Russian film from the 70s, made by the equally famous director Andrei Tarkovsky. The director was a little bit run in that old movie. There aren't everywhere around us mirrors to reflect our personal and interior truth. Myself, the one and only mirror in my life, I stole from my lover, Andrea, imagining that way I could see myself through her eyes, and I hid the mirror in the deepest from my pockets. Nevertheless, you knew since long time that we are born, every one of us, keeping in our hands that primordial mirror, which indifferently whether we choose to look into her or not, she tells us the truth that we look funny living, and we look funny also dead. I was so sad when I heard what you did that I took instantly my hand to the pocket with the mirror I stole from my lover, but in the next moment, my cowardness, my being afraid of pain and of suffering, and especially my being afraid of finding out with my own eyes that you were right, made me quickly to take my hand out from that pocket as quickly as I took it into it. In short, this time I had no courage to do it, but the mirror still is at its place in that deep pocket, and I have it permanently with me. Thank you very much, Mr. Kumar Prasanna. Thank you
sir.
very much.
That was sublime. That was, very quite touching. I could understand. And I could see your work, great work, in collaboration with Richard and you. And I mean, it's like Poets of East talks about. Wonderful. Thanks for coming and thanks for sharing this space. And allowed to
Thank
have
you very much. It was an honor for me.
It's an honor for us too, sir. Thank you. Please welcome our next poet. Our next poet is a rock star, undoubtedly. He is Megas Gustav Sallas. Please welcome.
Greetings, beloved poets. Thank you so much for this space, Prasanna. It was good to see you at Open Minds the other night. Cheers to all of you. I have two poems for you today. This is American Apartheid. Slavery, Jim Crow, redlining, and institutional racism, American apartheid, a nation built on genocide, lynching then to police-sanctioned murder today. We must confront this. It won't go away, but they try to cover it up, calling it CRT, erasing our bloody history to reinforce white supremacy, a nightmarish fascist fantasy. Don't tell me I'm overreacting now. By inaction and silence, we will allow theocracy to rise in the USA, American apartheid here to stay, freedom a dream denied. Where were you when democracy died? And this is Born of Nonsense, which was published in Marissa Prada's American Graveyard, Calls to End Gun Violence. Born of nonsense, this poem comes hither. The words, they crawl, they creep, they slither into my mind and onto the page. I write to try to assuage the rage that fills my heart when all I see is men behaving frightfully, slaughtering innocents without remorse, using legal guns, of course. For the Second Amendment is a suicide pact. How many more must die before we act? Thank you so much.
Wow, that's rock star speaking of democracy and start voting. That was roaring. Please give it up for Gustav Sallas, my dear friends. That was so awesome. Yes, up next is Pongo with the village boy who made it after a long gap. Pongo, go ahead.
Hi, bro. I just joined. I'm not ready. Can you skip me? Can you go to the next?
You could. Yes, Hirem Larew is up next. He is such a beautiful poet. So please welcome Hirem Larew.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Prasanna. I'm from Maryland, USA, just outside Washington, D.C. My name is Hirem Larew, and I've got a love poem that I'd like to share. It was first published in a journal called 21st Century Flow, and then it appeared in my next to last collection. The collection's called Mud Jar. The poem itself is called, let me call it up here again, Clatter. So here's a poem titled Clatter. Love me in the very same way that the word unbeknownst sounds in midair. Yes, or just like how spires climb to the very top. And then even beyond, soaps slip or noons drift, and as far as puddles can jump, love to love me like that. And love me as if handshakes were grins, or as when echoes find their tunnel. Love me like those birds that love diving and corners, or just like sunlight is love as it teases the cupboards. Love me in all those ways and more. And with sashes open, love me now, but also then. And as much as when lunch is served with all of that back and forth and clatter. Yes, love me as surely as cups that will spill. Or then above, with nights excel, when listening turns to dreams. Love me like the swirling din within the word abound. Thanks so much, Prasanna.
Such a beautiful reading, sir. I like the way you read. So beautiful. Wow. Love me. Love me. Please give it up for Hirem Larew. Yes. Spongo, are you ready?
Yes, brother, I am ready. Just
Yes.
one second.
Before Spongo speaks up, or he's a spoken word artist, and he's basically moves around the world, and he performs, and he hails from a village, and he calls himself as a village boy, but he is a damn awesome inspirational personality, I would say. So please welcome Spongo.
Thank you
And he's
very
making
much,
up
bro.
a long time gap, so please.
Thank you very much for that great introduction. It's great to see you, brother. It's great to see you. Hello, everyone. I'm happy to be here. My name is Pongo. I come from Zimbabwe, but I live in the beautiful country of Sierra Leone in West Africa. And I'm going to be sharing two poems, one longish and one short. This moment. Everything I've done, everything I am doing since that fateful day, the day I realized my future is in my hands, has been leading me to this moment. Everything I've done, everything I am doing right now is leading me to this moment. This moment I have all I want. This moment I am the coolest monkey in this concrete jungle. This moment I am the best to ever do it. If the crown was real, I'll be king of the city. My schools will teach kids to love themselves and others for who they really are, to learn to live neither in past experiences nor to be caught up in planning for the future, because the only moment that matters is now. This moment. This moment I have all I want. This moment I am the coolest monkey in this concrete jungle. This moment I would like to thank Ubaba Joshua Mkabu and his fighters for fighting for a nation that's too scared to fight for itself. A nation that's armed with keyboards, a 2,000-year-old book and education. A nation that believes its prophets more than its poets. Tell me, how blind is thee? Can't you see that they are after your profits to pay the ones who give testimonials? It's a game of numbers. You divide and conquer, make them believe in a fake God who lives in the sky and pay no attention to the true one inside. Tell them of ancient cases and how paying tithe will heal their laziness. My brother, my sister, there is no such thing as miracle money. Money is energy that allows to be followed through. If you want to drink from the source, and truth be told, none of your prophets teaches them, because they don't want you to live in this moment. This moment, you can become who you are. All you gotta do is decide and act. This moment is yours. This moment is mine. This moment is ours. We are one, different manifestations of the same creator, armed with the power to manipulate reality, but most use it for distraction as they learn from virtual reality that having nappy hair is a curse. The only blessing is coming close to Kim Kardashian. I would talk about colors, but that card is sometimes an excuse for our own shortfalls as a people. We will unite the day every nation decides to bend down its flag and hoist the rainbow. I wish the moment was now, but now is this moment, and I'm grateful for your ears. Peace. So my last poem is a short poem I wrote recently. I didn't write it, I just thought of it, and it's stuck in my head. It's untitled. Learning is a good thing. But if someone ever tries to teach you who you are, run. Peace, power to you all. Thank you very much.
Brilliant. Wow, you made me drink. It's make me water, man. That's rock on. Wow, that is it. That's what I said, spoken word artist in rap. So brilliant. Please give it up for Spongo. Thank you, my dear. Thank you. Young poet, he's such an inspiring, youth. Thank you, Viti. Thank you. Yeah, let us go to our next poet. Our next poet is yet another inspirational personality, I would say. Yes, I think as a whole, this book I could find so many of contributors are here, so we could just have it. So those who are presenting two poems, as I said, please one in English, one in native language or your mother tongue, so that we could enjoy the flavor of the language. So please welcome Meena Chouhan.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, all poets and Prasanna. So मैंने हिंदी में लिखी है, अभी 2-3 दिन के बाद राखी आने वाली है, तो मैंने एक राखी पे लिखा है. We celebrate Raksha Bandhan in India. Sisters pray to God to long life her brother, and brother also look after her. So Rakhi. So after 2 days, 3 days, I think 2 days, Rakhi is there. So I'm going to read. I'm written in Hindi. Rakhi. राखी का आज त्योहार, राखी का आज त्योहार कितना अनोखा है यह भाई बहन का रिश्ता. जैसे दोनों आंख एक साथ, उसी तरह होते हैं भाई बहन का प्यार. राखी का आज है त्योहार, आज है राखी का त्योहार. सावन अपने साथ लाती है राखी, रंग बिरंगे धागों के संग प्रेम दर्शाती है राखी. बहन थाली में सजाती है राखी, कुमकुम और हर तरह की मिठाई. आज है राखी का त्योहार. भाई की सोनी कलाई पे रेशम की धागा बांधती है, भाई की सोनी कलाई पे रेशम की धागा बांधती है. भाई को मिठाई खिलाती, बदले में भाई से रक्षा का अनमोल वायदा पाती. बदले में भाई से रक्षा का अनमोल वायदा पाती. आज है राखी का त्योहार. बहन भी भाई की सलामत की दुआ मांगती अपने भगवान से. बहन भी भाई की सलामत की दुआ मांगती अपने भगवान से. भाई बहन का शान होता है, भाई बहन का शान होता है. बहन भाई की जान, ऐसा है भाई बहन का प्यार. दूर हो जाने से भाई बहन का प्यार कम नहीं हो जाता. दूर हो जाने से भाई बहन का प्यार कम नहीं हो जाता. यह रिश्ता तो ऐसा है, यह रिश्ता तो ऐसा है, उम्र भर फूलों की तरह महकता है. राखी के धागों में, राखी के धागों के बंधन में, प्रेम में झूम रहा सारा संसार. इसी सच्चे प्यार को दर्शाता है यह राखी का त्योहार, ये राखी का त्योहार. छोटी सी कविता थी.
भाई बहन का शान, डेफिनेटली मैम. भाई बहन का शान, दोनों इंटर में. बट do you have another one? If you have a short one, or
I have, but I don't have in English. I have in Hindi, short one. I have written in Hindi. नदी, रिवर पे लिखा है मैंने. नदी. मैं हूँ नदी, मैं हूँ नदी, हिमालय की गोद से बहती हूँ. हिमालय की गोद से बहती हूँ, पहाड़ों को चूमती हुई धरातल पे आ बसती हूँ. पहाड़ों को चूमती हुई धरातल पे आ बसती हूँ. मैं हूँ नदी, लेकर चलती हूँ सबको साथ, लेकर चलती हूँ सबको साथ. कंकड़ हो या घास, बंजर को उपजाऊ बना देती हूँ. सबकी प्यास बुझाती हूँ, मानव हो या पशु पक्षी. मैं हूँ एक नदी. कहीं गहरी हूँ, कहीं उथली, कहीं गहरी हूँ, कहीं उथली, मुझको कोई रोक ना पाया, मैं तो अपने मन से बहती हूँ, कभी शांत, कभी रुद्र रूप धारण कर लेती हूँ। मैं तो अपने मन से बहती हूँ, कभी शांत, कभी रुद्र रूप धारण कर लेती हूँ। मैं नदी हूँ, मैं निकलती हूँ पर्वत से, सागर में मिल जाती हूँ। रुकना मुझे भाता नहीं, थकना मुझे आता नहीं। रुकना मुझे भाता नहीं, थकना मुझे आता नहीं। मैं नदी हूँ, आंधी तूफान बाढ़ बवंडर सबको साथ लेकर चलती हूँ। आंधी तूफान बाढ़ बवंडर सबको साथ लेके चलती हूँ। अब मेरा सारा जल जहर हो रहा है मानो, मुझे बचा कर रखना होगा। मैं नदी हूँ, नदी ही रहने दो, मेरा रंग रूप ना बदलो, मुझे प्यार से रखो। मैं नदी हूँ, नदी ही रहने दो।
ब्यूटीफुल मैम, ब्यूटीफुल। रुकना मुझे आता नहीं, रुकना मुझे भाता नहीं। ब्यूटीफुल लाइन, ब्यूटीफुल। और मुझे बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत
थैंक
खूब,
यू,
बहुत
थैंक यू, थैंक
थैंक थैंक यू मैम। Please
यू।
give it up for Meena Chouhan, who presented of your poems. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
थैंक यू, थैंक यू।
Let us call upon our next poet. Our next poet is Sylvia Ang from Singapore. Please, Sylvia, go ahead. Sylvia, unmute your mic. Sylvia, please unmute your mic. Sylvia, are
Can you
you
hear
there?
me?
Sylvia,
Can you hear me?
Yes, please. Go ahead.
Okay,
Yes, go
I'm
ahead.
sorry about it. Something is wrong with my. Okay, this one I'm not sure whether I read it before, but I will try. You are beautiful girl. It's a romantic, young lovers kind of poetry. You are beautiful beyond comparison. You are beautiful beyond comparison. Come to me, dear, and make me whole. Mold me, turn me inside out. I see the high value in you. Watch me in the twinkle of my eye. You are beautiful, my dear. I love you. Throwing hand in the rain. It's romantic. Catching the raindrop through my wet hair. Hold me, make me whole. My embrace that we flew to the moon is a mystic, unforgettable journey. Okay, that's for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Sylvia. That was quite romantic. I could feel it, and it's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Sylvia.
Thank you.
Please give it up for Sylvia and thank you. Up next is our retired soldiers to go shout out. Please welcome Gopal Purdhani, Lieutenant Colonel Gopal Purdhani, sir. Please welcome. Sir, please unmute your mic. Sir, unmute your mic, please.
Am I audible, sir? Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Okay.
Yes,
मैं
please.
हल्की फुल्की छोटी छोटी एक दो पोएम सुनाना चाहूंगा कि मैंने सुना आपस में दो बच्चों को बतियाते हुए।
Sir, please unmute your mic, sir. I am muted. Sir.
अभी अभी सुनाई देता है?
जी 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 जी।
अच्छा, आई एम सॉरी, आई एम वेरी सॉरी। छोटी छोटी हल्की फुल्की एक दो पॉइंट। मैंने सुना आपस में दो बच्चों को बतियाते हुए, चंद्रयान 3 की बातें सुनाते हुए। पहला बोला, तुम्हें पता है ये बढ़ाई हमारे हिस्से कैसे आई? इंडिया ने चंद्रयान भेजा, सब दुनिया में सबसे पहला। तो एक बच्चा बोला, तूने सुना है ये बढ़ाई हमारे हिस्से क्यों आई? दूसरा बोला, अरे पगले, चंद्रमा तो हमारी माँ का भाई। बोला, अरे पगले, चंद्रमा तो है हमारी माँ का भाई, इसलिए ये बढ़ाई हमारे हिस्से आई। एक और ही चंद्रयान के ऊपर ही कि चांद की सुंदरता पर 4 चांद लग गए। चांद की सुंदरता पर 4 चांद लग गए, आशिक मजार लोगों के भाग जगे। मोहित हो रही हैं बहुत सी हुसैनाएं, औरों को ठगने वाले खुद ही अपने आप को ठग गए। हल्की फुल्की। और थोड़ा सा सीरियस होने से कि मैं अपना करैक्टर बताना चाहता हूँ कि नफरत हो जिसका मतलब वो लफ्ज हमारा नहीं है। नफरत हो जिसका मतलब वो लफ्ज हमारा नहीं है। फिर हिंदी में, ये उर्दू का लाइन थी, फिर हिंदी की लाइन है, ऐसा शब्द तो हमने कभी उचारा ही नहीं है। हम प्यार के पुजारी हैं, सदा अमन चाहते हैं, सबको संभाला हमने, नहीं किसी को नकारा है। और खुदा के बारे में, ऑलमाइटी भगवान के बारे में एक छोटा शब्द कि खुदा की रहमतों की कोई इंतहा ही नहीं। भगवान की रहमतों की कोई इंतहा नहीं, उनकी दया से तो कोई बचा ही नहीं। गुनाहगार है तो उनके चरण पकड़ ले, गुनाहगार की वहां कोई सजा ही नहीं। गुनाहगार है तो जाके चरण पकड़ ले, गुनाहगार की तो वहां सजा ही कोई नहीं। और एक मेरे जैसा नहीं, एक इंसान बड़ा दुखी हो रहा था। वो कहता है कि मुझे जी भर के आज पिला दे साकी, मुझे जी भर के आज पिला दे साकी, मुझे मेरे जीने की सजा दे साकी, फक्त होश ही सबूत है जिंदगी का। फकत का मतलब सिर्फ होश ही सबूत है जिंदगी का, मुझे नशे में आज सुला दे साकी। और एक और सुनाना चाहूंगा आपको, सबको अर्ज करना चाहूंगा कि रिश्तों में प्यार की मिठास मिला के रखना, रिश्तों में प्यार की मिठास मिला के रखना, अपनों को बहुत ही खास बना के रखना। परिवार संसार सब प्यार ही की जिंदगी है। परिवार संसार प्यार ही की जिंदगी है, भरोसे को सदा आधार बना के रखें। नमस्कार, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, बड़ा अच्छा लगा आप सबसे मिलके। नमस्कार।
हमें अच्छा लगा सर आपके बातें सुन के। सच बातें हैं, अल्फाज जो बोलते हैं ना, मीठे अल्फाज, और जो प्रेरणा, मैंने इंस्पिरेशनल was so amazing. We love to have you always. And so that was Gopal Purdhani for you, my dear friends. Thank you. Please give it up. Thank you. Up next is very dynamic poet. What would I, how could I mean, She's such a beautiful personality. She is a part of, Manishatvam, and many are part of Manishatvam. But yes, she is always there, hosting, doing, teaching, every day. So please welcome Nivedita Roy.
Thank you, Prasanna. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning to everybody. Always a pleasure to join the platform of Fertile Brains. And thank you to Rupali ji and Prasanna for bringing out that brilliant anthology, for making us a part of it. It has been such a pleasure. And I promise as soon as possible, it will be reaching my mother's house in Lucknow in India. Thank you very much. Such beautiful poems by everybody, especially Meena ji and Gopal ji. Always a pleasure to hear Hindi and Urdu in the ears. And okay. So looking at the things happening around the world, especially in our dear beloved country, India, it's my heart's voice that I want to reach to you, and I hope it resonates with all of you. A turmoil stirs within. There shall be uprising, there shall be uproar, there shall be dissent as a turmoil stirs within. Can you hear a rumble in the skies? Can you feel the tremors within the earth? Can you see a beckoning light as a turmoil stirs within? When there are murmurs to curb the voice, to curse, there is suppression with no remorse. A turmoil stirs within, my friends. When there are efforts to deny history, when there are thoughts to defy sacrifices, when there are allegations yet not proven, a turmoil stirs within. The feet that trudged 1,000 miles, the eyes that longed for respite, the pain and hunger that did not subside, then a turmoil stirs within. It's glaring in the face. The truth must triumph for our race. History will archive these years wherein a turmoil stirred within. Thank you, friends. Thank you so much.
Oh my God. This is, first time I'm seeing the other side of Nivedita Roy, ma'am. So she's something like an activist, I could see the rumbling. Oh my God, that's a powerful piece. Please give it up for Nivedita Roy. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for coming and thanks for making it to, on the anthology. Thank you. Such a powerful piece. Oh my God. Thank you. Moving on, next is our regular, what do you call, she's so beautiful. I mean, she's very nice, humble, and yes, she never fails to, respond to the writing to the poems or whatever it is. So please welcome Dr. Gargi Saha.
Good evening, everyone, for inviting me in this platform of poetry. Honored. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, perfect.
Am I audible?
Yeah, please go ahead.
I have two pieces, one small and one a bit longish. So the first one. I am what I am. I am not what I'm not. I am ebbing on the surface in search of humanity. That was the first one. And here goes the second one. Chandrayaan 3, up with the mission to reach the moon. Hearts throb faster than lightning, yet continues the peregrination. Crossing all borders, exploring mysteries in the space, incredible patience, courage, confidence. Hours turn, days become months, yet determined voyage to conquer the moon. Certainly, it attained its destination. Bravo to all the scientists and all Indians for such a remarkable feat. India is rocking to realize its far-fetched dream. The cosmic journey, unattainable seems. India is the first country to land on the south pole of the moon. To be an Indian, it's a boon. Science, technology, a priceless treasure, whose mirth, glory beyond measure. Amazing endeavor, highlighting brilliance, determination, dedication, just basking in glory and celebration. On stepping on the moon, honor, honor, honor for such a priceless success. Words to describe its splendor is just too less. Thank you.
Oh, that was a great tribute to the Chandrayaan. Yes, thank you, ma'am. So beautifully, expressed through your poem. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Let me choose who would be next. But yes, of course, Tanja Aj'tic is up next. Tanja from Serbia. Please go ahead.
Good evening, everybody. I am Tanja Aj'tic from Serbia and Canada. I am poet, writer, and graphic artist. My first poem, Time. The rain is come, the downpour that washed everything, all nature, relentlessly, and too much for one life without an umbrella, for a life without raincoat. Brook sky crying for us, and instead of us, small, as we hurt everything we touch. As small and sinful, and then is reigned to but as and remind as to be better people who weeks and time flows irretrievably and does not stop until interminably we reach the station where we need to get off and get another train into another dimension and production, and enter from that is purgatory to the future life of new sinless one, like babies born angels, and then all over again, like nature as animals and people we are born, and the rain doesn't bother us because it is like holy water, falls and cleans the world. It make us get away from it instead of dancing in the rain. Thank you.
Good, beautiful, Tanja. That was on rainwater.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Would you like to read in Serbian language?
Okay.
You should read it in Serbian language. Okay.
Okay. Vreme. Pala je kiša, pljusak, da spere sve, da opere svu prirodu neumoljivo i previše, za jedan život bez kišobrana, za jedan život bez kabanica. Provalilo se nebo i plače, za nas i umesto nas malih, jer sve što taknemo povređujemo. Nas malih i grešnih, a onda je pala kiša da nas okupa i podsjeti da budemo bolji ljudi. A vreme u nepovrat teče i ne zaustavlja se. Dok mi stignemo na stanicu da treba izaći i preći u drugi voz, u drugu dimenziju i projekciju, u drugo što je čistilište do budućeg života novog, bezgrešnog. Kao što bebe koje se rode su anđeli. I onda sve iznova kao priroda, kao životinje i ljudi. Rađamo se i kiša nam ne smeta, jer ona kao sveta voda pada i čisti svet. Tera nas da se od nje sklanjamo, umjesto da igramo na kiši. Thank you. Thank you.
That's so sweet of you. Thank you, Tanja. Thank you for reading out.
Thank you, Kumar. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Thanks for coming. And yes, we are glad that you are part of the anthology too. So thank you. Please give it up for Tanja Aj'tic. And up next is the first timer who's joining our Fatal Brains poetry recital. Please welcome. And she's such an honor that she is also a part of anthology. So please welcome Alka Balain.
Hi, everyone. I'm truly honored to be a part of the anthology, Manu Shatvam. And thank you, Rupali Sirkar and Prasanna. I'm going to read a poem in Hindi, since many are reading in their mother tongue. And if time permits, I will share one in English also. So this poem was written in response to a prompt by ALS Napurimo. और मैं ये कविता हिंदी में पेश करती हूँ. अंतर्मन. चांद के अंतर्मन में कई सवाल. आज रात उन सवालों की उसने एक नाव बनाई और आसमान के समुंदर में छोड़ दी. बादलों से होती हुई नाव दिन में सूरज की ओर चल पड़ी. नाव को पता है सूरज के बेहद नजदीक जाने से वह जल जाएगी और उसका अस्तित्व खत्म हो जाएगा. सवाल ले जाती नाव बारिश के साथ नदी में उतर गई. सूरज की किरणें जब उसको छूटी तो वह सूरज से उत्तर मांगती, लेकिन किरणों में सिर्फ परछाइयां पाती. नाव पे लिखे प्रश्न समय के साथ गहरे होते जा रहे हैं. उसका अंतर्मन, उसके अंतर्मन में छुपा राज सूरज को मालूम, लेकिन सूरज भी दुविधा में. अगर वो नाव के सवालों को अपने पास आने दे तो वह सवाल ही जल जाएंगे और नाव का अस्तित्व खत्म हो जाएगा. इसलिए सूरज भी मौन. बिना जवाबों के नाव वापस चांद के पास लौट गई. सफेद खाली अंतर्मन जवाब के इंतजार में कि एक दिन किरणों से उत्तर पाकर नाव वापस आएगी, जबकि उसे कहीं आशंका है कि शायद ऐसा कभी ना हो. लेकिन वो चांदना सदियों से इंतजार कर रहा है. जो सवाल उसके अंतर्मन में वे कभी उन्हें मिटा ही नहीं पाया. उसका सच उसको पता है. नाव तो सिर्फ एक बहाना है शब्दों में सच को सुनने का. वरना सूरज और चांद के अंतर्मन में छुपा राज दोनों जानते हैं, बस शांत हैं और अंतर्मन व्याकुल. धन्यवाद. The second one was written a couple of years back, and it speaks about racial injustice. This poem was written as a homage to George Floyd during the Black movement that was going on in America. So the poem is titled, I Can't Breathe. The only person he calls out for help, as he believed, like always, she will be able to help, not realizing in the final moments. Maybe he saw her as she was there to ease his travel elsewhere. The light he left, a beacon of impending change, a change of racial and economic inequalities that has been simmering for years under the layers, sometimes latent, sometimes brought forth by an unfortunate happening waiting to unfold. Frustration, pent-up anger unites the world over. Peaceful demonstrations and march for objectivity. Unscrupulous elements also plunder amidst. Hashtags to a cause that matters crowd the Facebook, Twitter, and Insta overnight. The pause in the music and the dark screens, reflection of the savage darkness within. The very, very ones for the photo op, hiding in inner bunkers, ensconced in fake safety. But the voice of truth cannot be silenced anymore. Justice to be served, perpetrators to be booked, revamp the faulty system, squeezed in favor of select few. So the laws are uniform, irrespective of color and all, stands equals to breathe the air freely in delight. Will the racial pandemic go down in history, or it will just be a passing chapter of 2020? Will another George Floyd or Eric have to say the words, "I can't breathe again"? Thank you.
Oh my God. That again, another
Yeah.
piece of protest maybe. Ma'am, I would like to hear about yourself, and I would also love to hear your poem in your voice of the poem that featured Manishatva. So please, would you like please go ahead and reading that as well,
Yeah.
and please introduce yourself as well, please.
Okay. Thank you, Prasanna. I'm Alka Balain. Presently, I reside in Singapore, but I'm an Indian. I love to write and paint. I have been published in many anthologies, journals. I also conduct in-person and online events for an organization, Asian Literary Society. I participated in many poetry festivals. And during my free time, which we all are able to somehow snatch from the busyness of life, I love to explore nature and love to go swimming. So yeah, thank you. It's lovely to be here today and tonight rather. And I had thought that today we are going to share poems from Manu Shatvam only. But thank you, Prasanna, for giving me an opportunity. I'm going to read the shorter one. This poem, Chai Hospitality, was written based on a real experience on my trip to Bengaluru. So here it goes. I'm about to run out of battery, so I'll quickly read it. Chai Hospitality. Kids playing in puddles after the cyclone rain in Bengaluru, shirtless, in loose tattered shorts. I am fully clothed, but still shiver in the slight nip in the air. The kids kneel and knead the red loam. With their tiny fingers, squeal at the palmate creations on the mud canvas, a nazar battu on their cheeks. Love and care of a mother, likely busy constructing someone's house nearby. A lady, possibly their grandmother, skinny, wrinkled, in an old sari, calls out, "Andar aiye, chai pijiye." Come in and have tea. Her invitation warms my heart. A dried pumpkin rests on her counter. Water boils in an aluminium pot on a wood-fired chulha. I look at the polythene patched walls and soak in her one-sentence offering. I learned the art of generosity that morning. Thank you.
Excellent, ma'am. Excellent. Nazar Bhattu is what I remember. Yes, when I was going through it.
Yeah.
But yes.
Yeah,
But yes, such
actually,
an honor.
the children were actually, it was there on their faces. So that's why it came in the poem.
Yeah.
And there was cyclone the
Right.
previous night. So everything is more or less true. Yeah, thank you. Thank you again.
Thank you, ma'am.
Everyone,
Thank you.
good to
That
connect
was
with you.
from the book. Could you hold it for for
Yes,
us?
thank you. Thank
that
you
would
so
be great.
much. Alka just in fact read it out. While you were reading, I was looking at the book. And I love the last sentence, that we learn generosity. Generosity is not the privilege of the rich. Generosity is something that comes in the heart of the poorest even.
Yes.
Therefore, blessed are the poor, for they shall inherit the kingdom of God. Thank you so much for your beautiful poem.
Yeah. Thank you,
Thank
Rupali.
you.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah.
Thank you. So next is again is our first time joining, and she's a poet of anthology as well. So please welcome Mandira Ghosh.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, you could introduce about yourself, and you could read out your poem.
I am Mandira Ghosh. I am treasurer and organizer of the programs for the Poetry Society India. I am a member of India International Center and Habitat Center, and also organize programs at India International in collaboration with Poetry Society India. I am in the editorial team also, and I have written 21 books. 7 of them are volumes of poetry. Thank you so very much, Prasanna, and also Dr. Rupali Sarkar. Thank you. I must thank Sudharshan PhD, who has published around 6 books of mine, mostly in poetry. I will start after listening to so many wonderful poetry, which gives positive vibrations to all of us. I feel like reading a poem from the remarkable anthology that you have published, or both of you have published earlier. I must congratulate you for publishing this wonderful anthology, and keep it up and do your good work. The first poem is Life a Hymn. And thus was created a welfare state with mankind's zeal that could heal the wounds due to wars and separations, hatred and starvation. Waiting and wailings could be over. Nocturnal rains will also shower tomorrow to rejuvenate the remaining streams that will create our lives as hymns. We look ahead towards those dreams that will be fulfilled because of our kind and compassionate streams. Through the saline tears of men and women will be reflected through those transparent gleams. Thank you. And there is another poem that is also published in this same anthology, A Magical Era. And then the clock moved back, and we surprisingly looked at awe as we saw and reached an era of peaceful, magical old world, seen through the clouds where the sleep got disturbed by night angles, near marshes where the earth were carpeted by the soft green grasses, where the dewdrops moistured the glowing skins, where the nature was not disturbed by our unpardonable sins. When women gathered near the ponds, awesome paintings on walls by the gods, they're a kind of tribes in India. A hilarious laugh made the highness shy. Streams flowed down from the hills very high. Is this picture really real? or it is virtual? Is it a utopia or nearing the truth? Can we really create an old peaceful world with compassion and love magnificently stirred tomorrow and day after? Thank you.
Beautiful, ma'am. Wonderful as always. I would say such, this evening made so beautiful. I had a pleasure of, witnessing first time Mandira Ghosh ma'am and Alka Balain ma'am, and such a beautiful personalities that has joined here. Thank you. I have no words to to express my thanks. So thank you. Please give it up for Mandira Ghosh and Alka Balain as well. Thank you, my dear friends. Thank you. Please welcome our next poet. Our next poet is yes, undoubtedly. I have the personal relation. Maybe I could just, I could take the liberty of proclaiming. But yes, Shalini Nandkeolyar is yeah, please.
Thank you so much, dear Prasanna. And we'll come back after a really long gap. Lots of issues happening in these last few months. But once again, absolutely thrilled, jubilant to be back on this wonderful, wonderful platform. And a very warm greeting to all the wonderful poets. And what should I say? I will read a book from a poem from this wonderful book, Manushatvam. I'm deeply honored, humbled, and absolutely elated to be a tiny little part of this marvelous book. What a beautiful theme, and a huge heartfelt congratulations to Rupali, to dear Prasanna, dearest Rupali, and to Tony for her absolutely marvelous cover. Thank you so much. So I've read this poem before, I know, but since I have the book in my hand, I think I'll just read something from here. I think a short poem and then another one. When a bubbling spring becomes an ocean of love, unconditional, heart overflows, then all creation becomes one. When the tears of another flow like rivulets from your eyes, floodgates of grace open to bathe you in a torrential rain of essence divine. When compassion steers the oars, your boat sails on an even keel. Your spirit soars joyously like a kite dancing in the azure skies. Tiny act of kindness unfurls stepping stones. You take a step, he takes 1,000 to hold you in a loving embrace and place you on the wings of a dove. You are lifted higher and higher into the vast expanse of the infinite to merge into your quintessential essence of truth, consciousness, and bliss. Thank you so much. I think I read this poem out. Thank you so much during, I think, Christmas. But since it's here in the book again, so may I just read it once again. So, to be Santa. On a throw of alabaster snow, moon's rays its silver sprinkles. The stars' dewy diamonds twinkle. All is calm, all is bright.
in this hush of a silent night. Heavens glow with the holy light. It's Christmas Eve, a divine sight. Inside the room, a family huddled, mother, father, son, babe in a cradle. A lonesome stocking hung in a corner. The boy shuddered. Wish it was warmer. No milk or cookies to offer you, sadly. Dear Santa, no toys, only a gift of peace. The little boy waited with soulful eyes, his face wizened beyond his years. Please, Santa, do answer my prayers. My heart cried and rivers did flow. Dressed as Santa, I knocked at the door. Santa's red cap, bobtails, rosy cheeks, a bag on my shoulders, bulging with goodies. Ho, ho, ho. Son, are you there? The little boy came out, his eyes aglow. Ah, Santa, are you for real? He rubbed his eyes. Yes, a surprise. All for you, little boy. His face lit up. Lightning for a moment did flash. His eyes searching for his gift of peace. Silently I nodded, hugged him tight. May your days be ever so bright. My hand on his brows did rest, fervent prayers for peace, a plea so passionate. For in your heart, you've lovingly planted seeds of love, your tears have watered. The shoots sprout, the garden will grow. Sleep, dear one, dream a wonderful dream, a melody of joy and love, a song supreme, a world of peace, not hatred, nor war, of sunshine, laughter, and sparkles galore, of hope and faith, of a better tomorrow, of selfless love, pure, a heart of compassion. I paused by the window with a sigh, tears streaming down my weary eyes. A resolve to spread a little cheer, touching each one I hold so dear. A new sun will rise tomorrow, the Messiah will relieve all sorrow. May he shine in our heart's shrine, a fountain of love without a pause, a plea to be someone's Santa Claus. The sacred bells of peace will ring, a magical tune together we'll sing, of love, brotherhood, and harmony, a universal light of divine symphony. Thank you so much.
Love, brotherhood, and harmony. Yes, ma'am, that was so beautiful. And one more thing is that, I just keep repeating the thing is so beautiful. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Give it up. So this is nothing, when repetition is always beautiful. When I get to listen to poems or whenever they listen to saying something, you get something new to, take a cue from the thing. So, and every time when you listen, it is fresh. So, not... So, thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. There is no
Thank you.
repetition, and it's
Thank you so
every time
much.
fresh. So, so thank you, Shalini ma'am. So please take care of your health, and So yes, Rupali ma'am
And
wants
to
to say
see all
something.
ill
Yeah.
health is forgotten on this platform. That's the beauty of everything. And thanks to you.
Rupali,
And
thank you, ma'am.
of course, Rupali.
Rupali ma'am wants. Yes, ma'am. Would you like to say something, or yeah?
No, I think she has said whatever she wanted to. Leave it at that.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Moving on to our next poet. Our next poet is, yes, Madam Joscephine. Yes, and she is such a beautiful personality. What a scholar she is. So please welcome Madam Joscephine. Please turn on your mic. Ma'am, please turn on your mic. Ma'am, kindly turn on your mic.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yes, 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 please.
Good evening,
Please.
everybody. Please pardon me. You might not see me because I would have to use the same phone in going to my, can you hear me? All right. You might not be able to see me because I'll be reading from the same phone, because the other phone from which I was supposed to read is acting up. It's doing things on its own, so I could not get to my poem in the other phone. Okay, let me start now by reading first an English poem. It's titled, For You, Fat Gay Snake. What doth it profit a man to preserve his ego and lose his mind? Where lies sanity when giving vent to anger, envy, jealousy? Does someone else's pain cause you joy? Is standing up for what is right not in your paradigm? Does the stench of bad deeds attract you, who sound moralizing, when in fact you have caused your student to abhor you, whip you with words, bringing you down to tears? A young man needing respect, you ignored for your pleasure, running your palms on his thighs without warning. How cunning, how deceitful, how manipulative. In class, you called him weak, unable to express feelings of any sort. Couldn't it be by your machinations after class in his car? You air out to him your jealousy of anyone who gets close to him. Your recent rantings, speaking ill of innocent me, couldn't they be vendetta for the hurt you felt seeing him with me, forgetting I could just be his mother, whom he tells gory details of your fingers' meandering? Wake up, fat gay snake. Know that you reap what you sow. The knowledge in acting and writing you know must not for a crime be used to lead others astray. Share your nega karma with them, you must not, for lies carry a penalty worse than death itself. As you live, you shall see the aftermath of your folly, with aching of tongue and gnashing of teeth. Find your paradise in hell, even as you live.
Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Thank you very much. Here's my next poem. Pain and pleasure are one. Pleasure is a friend introduced by pain. You appreciate pleasure more after pain. How can you know heat if you don't feel cold? How can you know joy if sorrow you can't hold? There is the truth about suffering and pain. It is a universal truth man holds in disdain. Suffering is sometimes like storm and endless rain. Wanting to end suffering is a truth seen clear and plain. To get out of pain and suffering is indeed one's joy and pleasure. One learns it by studying and practicing for sure. Knowing that not all things stay the same, you see and recognize pleasure and pain. You understand the rules of the game, that after some pleasure comes pain. Knowing fully well that things don't always stay the same, why feel bad when there is pain? Why be too happy when there is no pain? To handle them well, don't rejoice much over pleasure, and don't cry when there is pain. See things with the eyes of non-duality. Always maintain equanimity, resulting from meditation done regularly.
Very well said, ma'am. Very well said.
Shall I recite just one last poem, my Filipino poem?
Ma'am, only two allowed.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that I could, finish two important poems because I am not even sure that you could hear or see me. Could you see me?
Yes, perfect.
Really? Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right. So that's it. And thank you for the pleasure of being with you tonight. Many of you don't know me, especially the newcomers. I'm called the Philippines Renaissance Woman because I'm into different careers. And one of them is, like I said last week, I'm a poet, I'm a writer, I've been a broadcast and print journalist, and I am a book co-author, editor, and translator. That much for now.
Love to have you always, ma'am. Thank you. Such an honor to be having you on this platform. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, Prasanna. You're doing great.
Thank you.
And I enjoyed everybody's poem.
Thank you. Up next is our humble, very slow. I mean, it's like he always, intently listens and captures the imagery of each one's poem. So please welcome Sreedharan Parokode.
Am I audible, Ji?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
yeah. It's a happy thing to mention now is that today I received the book Manushatvam, Song of Humanity. And two names I will have to mention now is that Dr. Rupali Sarkargorji and Prasanna Kumar. This golden letter, these two names are written in it. And when I opened the book, what letters are there? What emotions are there? Everything is in one aspect or the other is relevant, and at the very same time is Manushatvam related. And when I received the book, I could write some words on it. Yes, my poem like this: Manushatvam opened. Manushatvam opened. The hearts were opened, and a wonderful book is born. When the hearts were opened, a wonderful book is born. We rise by lifting others is a slogan to be born in mind and put in practice. We rise by lifting others is a slogan to be born in mind and put in practice. It is an aim of life, not only for the present, but also for the coming generation. It is an aim of life, not only for the present, but also for the coming generation, for wiping out the tears from the fellow eyes, for wiping out the tears from the fellow eyes and provide an element of happiness. And provide the element of happiness. This is what I can say in English. And in native language, I can say a few lines. Kunchu. Kunchu is the name of an innocent boy. And what he has done, we can see. Kunchu vinarum kutilla, benchilirikkuga padivilla, karanamendenarilla, nere chove mindilla. അർക്കനുദിച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞാലും കൂർക്കം വലിക നിറുത്തില്ല അടിചന്തിക്കു കിടച്ചാലേ ചടപടയെന്നെഴുന്നേൽക്കുള്ളൂ പള്ള നിറച്ചു കഴിച്ചാലും പള്ളിക്കൂടം പോകാനായി കൂട്ടിനൊരാളില്ലെന്നാലോ കൂട്ടം കൂടി നടന്നിടും കുട്ടികൾ ഇങ്ങനെയായാലോ കുട്ടികൾ ഇങ്ങനെയായാലോ കഷ്ടം നാടിനു ഗതിയുണ്ടോ കഷ്ടം നാടിനു ഗതിയുണ്ടോ താങ്ക്സ്
Oh, wow. So beautiful, sir. Kunjul. Yes, and thank you for your kind words and a poet in response. I mean, a poem in response to the poem in the book you received. So beautiful. I love your, as I say, I'll always love your poems. So thank you for being a part of it. So hopefully a little bit of change, it could, bring out. So thank you, sir. Thank you. Thanks for coming. And please welcome our next poet. Our next poet is our, yes, she is our, what would I say? She's, let's please directly welcome Dr. Rupali Sarkarga.
Can you hear me? Thank you so much, Prasanna. Can you hear me now? Yeah. I'm actually quite overwhelmed because this book says Dr. Rupali Sarkar Gaur and Prasanna on the cover because that is required. That is just a necessity. There are 160 poets. This book belongs to 160 poets. We are just the facilitators, Prasanna and I. And this is a program that Fertile Brains, which is actually, all the members of the Fertile Brains are here. We have picked their brains. And what wonderful, as Sreedharan Parokode says, that it's really truly a compilation of human thought. And we are calling it the magnum opus. Prasanna and I are very pleased. Now it is dedicated for those who haven't yet got the book, but you find that the first page has a dedication, and the dedication is for the Jewish book of the Talmud. And Zach is around, so he'll know more about it. It's a teaching from the Jewish book thousands of years ago, which says, "Do not be daunted by the enormity of the world's need. Do justly now. Love mercy now. Walk humbly now. You are not obligated to complete the work, but neither are you free to abandon it. We all have to do. There is none of us can be left behind, none of us." Now, my poem is a bit long. I don't really like to take up time, but I will. It's dedicated to the Gurudwara, the Guru's Langar, which the Sikh religion, the people of the Sikh religion, they're an incredible people come out, and the main shall we say, the most important part of that faith is to serve humanity. This is the Guru's Langar. Each day across the globe, at Guru's Langars, the rich and the poor, the believer and the non-believer, the hungry and the devout are all fed. Just as Jesus turned water into wine, the Guru's Langars are Confucian horns, endless and forever. The magic pots brimmed with rice and lentils, and simmering vegetables and hot rotis. Nobody is turned away. When the sun is still uncurling itself, and the azan calls the faithful from the minarets of mosque, Seva wakes up our Guru's followers. In Gurudwaras across the world, women and men chop vegetables and knead dough, ready to feed whoever comes to Vaheguru's door. All the time singing the name of the one formless, immortal God. It is an act of love, a love that is divine and selfless. This single act of breaking bread together breaks the barriers of caste and creed. A simple act of deep devotion turns all food into prasad. The blessed Eucharist. The langar must feed everybody together. Sparkling dishes, clean floors, eager faces must serve the hungry at the Guru's abode. This alone is your prayer, the Guru said. This alone is your darshan of God. In heat and dust, in rain and storm, Guru's army of car savers waits to serve. They're everywhere, these car savers. You can find them in the battle-torn cities of Ukraine, in the earth-splitting devastation of Turkey, in flood-ravaged Chennai, in the blistering heat of summer, with farmers and the corona-fleeing migrants, these servants of God know that to serve humanity is to worship the Lord of the universe. Greater good can we do for our fellow humans than to feed the hungry, to shelter the homeless, and to give succor to the sick. Omniscient God bestows grace upon all of us, says Guru Nanak. Ram, Allah, Ishwar, and God are one. In the infinite universe, we are a part of the Paramatma, the Oversoul. Formless as the blue sky, deep as the ocean, and invisible as the air. You can feel Vaheguru's presence in the land with which you serve and with which you serve. You can feel his strength as you lift the cauldron of rice. You know his eternal love as you bow your head to receive the hungry guest to the waiting feast. So to feed the hungry is perhaps the greatest gift that we have. We have a very dear poet colleague here, Meena Chouhan, who not only lives this life, she does so much for the poor. She sets up langars on the road and feeds hundreds of people. Thank you, Meena, for doing the things you do. And thank you everybody for contributing to this book. And truly, whenever you mention Prasanna and my name, we actually are living the title, we rise by lifting others. You know, I mean, by getting you all here, we are hearing our name. But it is all you people, 160 of you, and many more. I hope Manisha of the Songs of Humanity. Thank you so much. I hope you'll be able to pick up this book. I will try and get it into libraries also, so that young children can read. And this will be your, gift for the year. Thank you, Prasanna, for inspiring an old lady like me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Certainly, I think I should also agree with you that, you know, they are not, I mean, it's like these honorable poets like, you know, Sreedharan sir, Meena ma'am, Ganga ma'am, Jennifer, Alka, and Santosh sir, Gargi and Ronnie, so many of these, without Sreedharan sir, it wouldn't have happened, you know. So all credit goes to all the poets out here. So we are just, you know,
And writing about the book, Sreedharan sir, is so touched, is so overwhelmed. And please remember that Prasanna and I are only facilitators. And I must share something very interesting. Our publisher, Author Press, Mr. Sudarshan Picheri, is a very well-known publisher and he's a very spiritual man. He's written the foreword. And very happily, and we will, put it out. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. And yes, credit goes to Sudarshan sir too for, you know, putting out his words as forward. But yes, thank you, ma'am. That was so pertinent to the theme and very apt poem. That was.
Hi, Prasanna. I've been off twice. I've finally got back on again. Is it possible to read my poem?
Yes. Sorry, Dominic. How could I miss you? Please go ahead.
Yeah, it's been really strong winds and rain around here, and I think that's what's caused the internet connection not to work. So
please, I could, just please.
Speaking of which, though, my poem's called "These Late August Winds." These late August winds and frequent rainstorms puncture summer's illusions, as they are prone to do when bright carnivals end and the light begins to fade. Vibrant voices and vivid scenes become restrained under wind and rain. All these wrathful days soon pave the way for autumn's revival. Its solemn songs and hymns help us to remember loved ones long gone, who remain with us in altered forms of being, despite the doubting, despite bloodless perspectives. We sense their moving among scattered leaves of red, brown, and tainted gold, and in the strange orange glow of a harvest moon. Among the warm, poignant flames of blessed November's bonfires, we also sense their presence. The air is thick with a musty incense. Autumn's rich colours, scents and sounds conceal sorrow's profound hidden realms. When their layers are revealed to curious minds, they are subtle reminders, like whispered truths, of the time-honoured paradox that behind textures of dreamlike beauty, there lies darkness, loss and pain. It's just the way of the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Dominic. Sorry, I couldn't, classic games of
Not your
yours
fault.
since-
Put me in a sort of bad state to read.
Yeah, please. That was Dominic Windram for you, my dear friends. She's such a humble human being, but yes, he writes short poems, but yet, powerful pieces. So please give it up for Dominic Windram. Thank you, Dominic. Please, up next is our little fellow, little young poet. Please welcome Diya Singh. Diya Singh, please unmute your mic and yes, go ahead.
Hello, good evening, sir. Good evening, everybody. So I have a poem. As Raksha Bandhan is around the corner, so I have written a poem between the feud between siblings. It indicates that how a mother is, you can say, gets tied between her children, that she's unable to pick one side. So here is the poem. The atmosphere was electrified, for tension sprang between them. The two pieces of the same puzzle, similar by some and different by many, started a puzzlement of their own. For the faulty lines grew apart. Piece by piece, it became an entrenchment, tangled between the wires of frustration and anger. Piece by piece, the puzzle fell apart, decided as it was. Soon the puzzle cried over its unresolved loss. Next morning, cotton candy machine ran out of sugar. In the heaven, for thunder ruled out the odds. Downpour of sorrow came, bringing crystals of glitter to reflect what is sown. All brought the drifted pieces along to end the battle that originated on its own by being the skilled artists of their own. That's it.
Wow, beautiful, Diya. Diya, yes, so beautiful. Thank you. And please, that was Diya on for, the poem that presented for Rocky. So please shout out for Diya and give her applause, a round of applause. Thank you, Diya. Thanks for coming. Such a beautiful poem. Thank you. Keep coming. Thank you. Thank you. Up next is, yes, our smiling poet. Please welcome Isaac Cohen from Israel. Isaac. Yes, Isaac, please go ahead.
Dear Kumar and dear friends in all over the world, Isaac Cohen, respect. The poor boy with torn clothes asked me, how can I recite poetry in public? I told him, your nice words be assume the tears. All the people cheered the nightingale. And the second, Isaac Cohen, a leaf. A leaf fell into my hand. It said me, please return my vitality. I looked at it and said, I saw a yellow color of sun, a green color of life, a brown color of earth. You are alive, and all the children can enjoy you. Thank you, Heidi Cohen, Israel.
Thank you, Isaac. Thank you. As always, you always smile and give us inspiration to smile in turn. But yes, you are also,
Yeah, thank you.
love to say that he's also been part of this anthology of Manishatvam. So thank you for being part of the same, Isaac. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Up next is, yes, I just, last week we have, they landed on the moon, and the moon and has, knock her doors, So please welcome, in the format anyway, please welcome Saraswati Poswal. Yeah.
Hello, good morning, good evening, namaskar, sat sri akal, adab to everyone. Thank you so much, K. Kumarji. Firstly, congratulate me, everyone. I have become a grand mom. Last week, one angel came in our life. My daughter became mom, and I'm so happy. She came on 18th August. And the celebration is going on from since that day till now, and it will continue with grace of God and with all your love. Thank you so much, K. Kumarji, for always inspiring me and inviting me. So I'll not take much of your time and recite my two poems, one in English, one in Hindi. First poem is I Love. I love the mesmerizing bird. I love the mesmerizing bird smile, waiting to bloom. I love the mesmerizing bird smile, waiting to bloom. I love the rays of sun when peering down and touching each speck and kissing every hue to embrace love with shine. I love the rays of sun when peering down and touching each speck and kissing every hue to embrace with smile. I love the dancing butterflies. I love the dancing butterflies, trying to please, blossom, and becoming the cause of enchanting. I love the dancing butterflies, trying to please, the blossoms, and becomes the cause of enchanting. I love the rain when falling down. I love the rain when falling down, cheering and washing every hue to smile and shine. I love the rain falling down, cheering and washing every hue to smile and shine. I love the blowing breeze. I love the blowing breeze when it becomes naughty, saffron, whispering and kissing every hue. I love the blowing breeze when it becomes naughty, saffron, whispering and kissing every hue. I love the rippling and burbling sound. I love the rippling and the burbling sound of river which flows in the arms of nature, nurturing all hues. I love the rippling and bubbling sound of river which flows in the arms of nature, nurturing all the hues. Hope you like my poem. The another one is in Hindi. पत्थर पत्थर आज भी पूजा जाता है, पत्थर आज भी पूजा जाता है, पत्थर को मेरे देश में आज भी पूजा जाता है, पत्थर को मेरे देश में। बात विश्वास की है, एक आस की है, बात विश्वास की है, एक आस की है, आस्था की है, संस्कार की है। बात विश्वास की है, एक आस की है, आस्था की है, संस्कार की है। मारे कोई पत्थर तो जोड़ के पुल बना लीजिए, मारे कोई पत्थर तो जोड़ के पुल बना लीजिए, दिल में ना सही किसी उस कुदरत को ही मना लीजिए, दिल से ना सही किसी को उस कुदरत को ही मना लीजिए। मारे कोई पत्थर उसे दिल में जगा दीजिए, मारे कोई पत्थर उसे दिल में जगा दीजिए। लगेंगे तुम्हें फूल वो, लगेंगे तुम्हें फूल वो, चुभेंगे उन्हें शूल बनकर, लगेंगे तुम्हें फूल वो, चुभेंगे उन्हें शूल बनकर। दुआ करो सबके लिए कबूल होती है, दुआ करो सबके लिए कबूल होती है। चाहे पूजो पत्थर को, चाहे पूजो पत्थर को, पर पूरे विश्वास करके आस पूरी होती है। चाहे पूजो पत्थर को, पूरी आस करके विश्वास पूरी होती है। धन्यवाद। Thank you so much. These are my two small tiny poems. Hope you like it.
Oh, lovely, ma'am. Congratulations.
Thank you.
for your new, what do you call, role. And
Yeah,
yes.
Angel, we have kept her name Tahira. Her name is
Wow.
Tahira. Yeah.
So that's an announcement. Oh,
Shiny
congratulations.
angel. She brought a lot of happiness in my life. Like from 8 months, I was like something was missing. I feel like my husband came in that soul, and I'm feeling so happy. Very nice.
Definitely, ma'am. Sorry, but so thank
I
you.
missed out
Thank
your
you.
meeting last week. Yeah, that's why. Thank you so much once again. Thank you.
Congratulations. Ma'am. Thank
Bless you
you.
all. I'm listening, everyone. Everyone is too good. Okay. Thank you, Prasanna ji.
Thank you, ma'am.
Wishes to
Up
everyone.
next is, please, that was Saraswati Poswal for you, my dear friends. Please, up next is, yes, she is such a lovely human being. She's from, what do you call, Jamaica to Germany, Germany to Jamaica, not Germany, I think. Some other place, yeah. So I feel spoken me. Yes, Jennifer, you're also part of anthology. So please welcome Jennifer M Garnatz.
Hello, good morning or good evening, everybody. It's now morning in Jamaica. Two poems. The first one deals with continuous problems of hatred. Yesterday, a 20-year-old American, white, went into a store and shot 3 Black people, then killed himself. How can there be so much hatred that you are willing to commit suicide to kill someone of another race? So I'm going to do a poem that I did a month before. It is still relevant and will. It's titled, Just Like You, What Do You See? When you look at me as an angry Black person, all you see, I'm reaching out to you with pain in my eyes, having lived a lot. Though I'm still young, but feeling pain of our ancestors' centuries gone, seeing the daily sufferings still going on and on. Do you feel pity for me, or fear is all you feel and see? Maybe poor, I may be Black, but it doesn't mean you have to hold back, giving me kindness, love, respect. I am human like you, color unlike you, red blood just like you. When you lie sick in the hospital, do you take blood infusion, or do you say, I'd rather die than have a Black man's blood pumped inside me? When you lie sick in the hospital, do you let the doctors go ahead with the transplantation, or do you say, I'd rather die than have a Black organ inside of me? Look at me, reach out, let your hand, let your heart, your soul touch me. I have feelings just like you. I am a godly creation just like you. The second poem will lighten up the bit by sensing your flow. Flowing through your brain, your soul grasps my intellectual being, igniting a fire within, sting for my without. I see it in your eyes, the wanting. Sense it in the depth of my heart, the waiting, wanting to wait. Take me here and now. Impossible in this crowded place. Sighing, wanting. When will you get the chance to make your move? The anxiety, not knowing. Will I agree? Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Jennifer. Our heart goes out. We always, pine for equality, and so.
Yeah.
But yes.
I remember Jennifer's poem on your father. Jennifer, you had written a poem on your dad, I remember. And
yes,
it was so interesting. Till the last minute, we didn't know whether you were talking about a lover or your father. It was very interesting.
Yeah, I've written many poems about him, probably 15 or so, but I know and time.
This smiling is laughing is your power, hidden power, maybe, Jennifer. You try to conceal the thing,
Yeah,
but
well,
that is very
well, my
empowering.
father always say, you know, you have to make yourself happy. Don't wait on others to make you happy. So I try not to let situations get me depressed.
Exactly. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
For being of the anthology too. And yes.
I am honored to
Thank
be
you.
in the anthology. Thank you, Dr. Rupale, Gargao, and Prasannaji. Thank you for accepting my poems. Yes.
How could we miss you? Thank you, Jennifer. That was Jennifer, so lovely and beautiful human being, and such a wonderful personality. So please give it a praise, Jennifer. Up next is, yes, definitely the one who, you know, returned to the homeland, and she's feeling the breeze of the, you know, oneness. Please welcome Gargi Mishra.
Thank you so much to invite me to this creative platform, Mr. Prasanna, and it's an honor to be part of this program. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. So, greetings to one and all. Be it Holi or Diwali, Karwa Chauth, Rakhi, celebrations add color to our life, and the bond of love only gets stronger and better with every passing year. Raksha Bandhan, not only a celebration of bond between brother and sister, it's a promise to protect from all the hardships of life. To commemorate the divine bond, I wrote this small poem, Rakhi, a thread of love. A lock that brings two souls closer, a sacred day that brings siblings together, a pious thread that soothes up gentle heart, a divine bond of love that plays the central part. Color of love and warmth that blends in one single palette, a relation which uplifts us when we are feeling desolate. An ocean that merges all human emotions, a melodious song composed of deep love and affection, a fiction that tells stories of life's spices and tantrums, a chain that gives us true liberty and freedom. Life is transient water bubble. Permanent is nothing except our character, virtuous and ignoble. A sibling share all their sorrows and happiness. Tears trickle with each other's struggles and winning moments. When the journey gets an uphill task, we become fortune's clown. Sibling reminds us of our strength, while all others pull our legs down. Siblings resemble us. They're our best critic without being sentimental. Siblings are best judges of our action without becoming judgmental. When our parents are no more, our siblings take their place. A thread of Rakhi stitches all tattered emotions, ushering in unbound solace. That's all from my side today. I'm highly obliged to everyone to listen to my poetry. It's a pleasure to listen to the renowned poets from all over the world. It's a great evening. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. I would love to have you. And yes, you are also part of this wonderful book. And that is something so great about, this thing. And yes, sometimes I think about the relationship, the whatever you mentioned is, but yes, we always look into the positive side of the aspect. But yes, Rocky always, the siblings.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Up next is Ronnie Tucker, a beautiful poet from, yeah, please welcome Ronnie Tucker.
All right. I'm going to recite. If I got time, I'll do two, but you just let me know, Prasna.
Yes,
I'm going to
yes,
jump.
go ahead.
You might not be able to see me for a minute while I recite, but hang on and I will be back. All right, you can still hear me, right?
Yes, yes, go ahead.
All right, now. I got one I wrote a day or two ago and finished. Now it's got like a cuss word, but it's not that bad. It's called The Gnat's Ass Into the Abyss. And it goes oracles, portents, dreams, and strange things, empty and silent, hollowed existence, burning incense so intoxicating, casting an incantations into the id, the realm of angels flutter by. Reflections in confusion, sequined in illusion, morning of the magician, red disciples rantings. In dialogues of madness, the scarlet woman's kiss is the Renaissance. When the dragon awakes, so is it the end. Accede to the external. Shake the rattling laugh. Burn the gnat's ass as the dreams of the chakra pass. Amidst the vastness of the black orchid, tired eyes spill the colors in the sunrise. Broken bits and pieces, gathering dust like an empty photograph. Without a smile, death is clear. In wasted minds, the spells are spoken. Dreams of the witch house are shot down in crimson wings. In spacious playgrounds, the lost children wander and play. As the Black Knight was born for adventure, the red angel faces north and the blue angel faces south. All is so blurred and splattered like an anointed precision in an unholy design. Dreams inside the witch house, silent sermons whispered, entombed in the breasts of morbid reality. In the screams of familiars, the cat has got the black tongue. Behind the wand is the crystal visions. Woe betide the ones who are not skilled to mess with the black arts, for they will awaken the wrath of the abyss in these nether worlds, for they will become the prey to the darkness creatures who dwell there. Now, if I got time, I'll read this other one, but it's up to you, Prasna.
Go ahead, Ronnie, go ahead.
All right, it's called Raptures in Elements. And God is a Mobius strip, no beginning and no end. It's a plateau in a distant space and time. Horizons never reached. Humanity is always searching to attain, but will never be able to breach. Designed in cosmic dimension, architects in constant motion. Waves so divine in an ocean of the Creator's device. At the whim of a Godhead and a toss of the dice. Rather elemental in the chaos of the void. To filter angels' daydreams, tipping their golden wings in gestures. Beneath the shining orbs is a delicious delight. Amber waves upon silver stars twinkling. Ambience is raining in brilliant colors. My God, the lips of the dying are moving. In silent whispers, not understanding what they say. Too many voices in this crowded realm, it's all a taste anyway. A vision that is decaying to secret devils, black dreams and black hearts, slowly beating to madness, so electric, so elegant. So dim the light and part the veil and see what's behind the curtain. Thank you.
Excellent, as always, Rani. Beautiful imagery.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I tried to come up with like different things for you to. I know my stuff is kind of strange, but it's me.
Thank you. I always love your words, and thank you. Please stay on, my dear friends. You could just click on the link that I shared in the chat, and you could just share the link, and you could just subscribe it, and so that it could reach out to millions. That will be encouraging and motivating. So that's a live page that I shared in the chat. So stay on. We got a few poets coming up. Before that, before Love Infinity, let me call upon Dr. Gangalaxmi Patnaik, ma'am, who is always, active when it comes to writing, and be it responding to poems, and international days. Every day we have the an event we celebrate on. So please welcome Dr. Gangalaxmi Patnaik.
Good evening, everyone. It's a great pleasure to join this video program coordinated by esteemed poet Prasanna Kumar. I would like to recite two poems. One, an English poem, another poem on mother tongue. The first poem, the title of the poem is How Did I Love Him? How did I love him? I bumped into this guy one sunny day. He smiled at me a very magical way, looked at me with renewed vitality, to my beautiful shiny hair facial symmetry. It was our sweet love at first sight. I floated and fluttered with much delight. His masculine vibes allured me. I felt to love him with a smile all life. The way he looked into eyes felt right. My eyes locked with his till midnight. I knew it was love at first sight. Our silences became bright and right. Now this English poem recitation is over. As per the suggestion of admin brother Prasanna, I would like to recite an Odia poem. Title is My Mother. Title is My Mother. You cannot understand anything, but I will translate it. In Odia, it is Mo Ma. Mo Ma. The poem runs like this. Chhadi tu goluni 10 barsha hela, lage 10 dina pari, ebe bi laguchi mo college fera, chahichu apeksha kari. Mother is always waiting when and how the daughters will return from the college. Still now I feel the spirit of my mother that she is waiting in home. Birakta kale choto pila pari ଖାଇବାକୁ ଦେଇ ଗେଲ କରୁଥିଲୁ ହସୁଥିବୁ ଖିଲି ଖିଲି ବିରକ୍ତ କଲେ ଛୋଟ ପିଲା ପରି ମୁଁ ଦେଉଥିଲି ତୋତେ ଗାଳି. Every time mother used to feed us and we got angry, and sometimes also we scolded her, but she has no reaction. ମାର ଗୁରୁତ୍ୱ କେତେ ଯେ ଅଧିକ ବୁଝି ହେଉ ଗଲା ପରେ ଆଜି ମୁଁ ଝୁରୁଚି ତୋତେ ତୁ ଗଲା ପରେ ପରେ ଆଖିରୁ ଲୁହ ବାହାରେ. Actually, mother's importance we feel only in her absence, not in her presence. Now this Odia recitation is over. Thank you all, and special thanks to Prasanna.
Beautiful, ma'am. I love the Odia's poem. So beautiful.
Mother
So beautiful. Short, but yes, very touching, very touching. For the daughter, the mother say, it's so beautiful, so beautiful. I could not express it, but yes, wonderful. That was Dr. Gangalaxmi Patnaik for you, my dear friends, who recited in English and Odia as well. So thank you. Please give it a. Up next is, yes, Love. Would you please turn on your video so that, yes. Up next is Sudipta Mishra, Dr. Sudipta Mishra, who is a brilliant writer. She is, very, so powerful, very in-depth her expression is what I always found. So please welcome Dr. Sudipta Mishra.
Hello, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, please.
Good evening, everyone. My poem is based on Konark. It is a magnificent temple, and it is equally beautiful as the seven wonders of the world. Konark's rich heritage is always remembered for its mysterious fact and its history. So the poem goes. Konark, combating a war against misfortune. Still it stands like a first tiger, a symbol of her pride. The first ray of the alluring sun kisses the bed of the tower. With the dawn of the rising sun, smiles every corner of the place unknown. The hues of the hidden passion by the estranged partner of the various nations, secretly weaved in the intricate walls. Maze-like edifices often try to trap thy soul. A lot of untold tales of numerous artists scream and invite your attention. Have you ever heard of those groans of ghosts? No. Now, a temple in the state of ruins, withered by the injuries of nature, sometimes disasters and sometimes man-made crises. Yet, the monument affords the legacy of our rich heritage, a rich tapestry of majestic spectacles, embrace spectators with a sense of awe. Have you ever watched the splendors? From the naked eyes, those stare at them, the unseen anecdotes of yore, the passage from loss to penance, a journey of wisdom from absence to presence, and a path of enlightenment, the cycle of life. A saga of a known civilization, the Sun Temple of Odisha strives from the circle of formlessness to form a concrete image, to caress the diversity of our culture. And actually, I have a translation of this poem, and Odia is also my mother tongue, like Gangalaxmi ma'am. So I am going to recite, if you allow. Shall I recite?
Go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. For the first time, I am sharing my regional language in this platform. Konark, भाग्य सामनारे ठिया हेची वीर योद्धाटी एबे भी सागर बेटे किछि मथा हिंस्र एक व्याघ्र श्रम दर्पित ठाणीरे ओडिसार गौरवशी सूरुजर पहिली किरण चुमे जार दधिन उतिक आह्लादे आउंसी दिए सुनेली आभातार नाट्य मंडपकु केउ नष्ट आत्मार नारकीय लीला भांगी तो देनी ताकू झड़ झंझा बा की बतास खातिर न करी सी गाई चले जातिर गौरव गाथा एबे भी गाउछि सिए शिल्पी प्राणगाथा कोठी कंकाळर व्यथा शिला तळु शुभेश्वर मनीषी नीलकंठकर साम्य बादर गीत सची राउतरंकर अपूर्व कला आउ भास्कर्य जार विश्ववासी की डाके हाथ ठारी अष्टम आश्चर्य बोली नेबाकु प्रमाण ए माटी रे जींची से जी थिब विश्वजन प्राणी लेखा स्वर्णाभ अक्षरे कला आउ भास्कर्यर अलिभा स्वाक्षर. Thank you.
Wow,
I think my
wow.
Odia friends can understand it. Nobody will understand it. Only my Odia friend will understand it. Thank you so much for giving me such.
Everybody would understand it, no doubt. And so beautiful. And
You will
nice,
understand it, I know.
and nice words went into, and so beautiful, so beautiful. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for coming. And
Thank
yes,
you for giving me such an opportunity.
thank you, ma'am. So you're also been part of this anthology called Monishatwan. So we are proud of you, proud of that. So
Thank you. Congratulations to all. Thank you.
And yes, please welcome our next poet. Our next poet is an open mic artist. Her name is, Three Berries, Love Infinite. So Love Infinite, turn on your mic and video, please, and you can read out your poem. Love Infinite. Love Infinite. You could turn on your mic and poem. I think she's on another mic. Maybe I could just call upon some other poet into play. So first, so please welcome our next poet. Our next poet is a retired banker who is a part of this anthology. Please welcome Shyama Prasad Patnaik, sir.
Thank you, Prasanna sir, for inviting me to recite my poem. Here I am going to recite one poem in English and another in Odia, in regional languages. So the title of my English poem is Whispering Heart. In every stride of life's ephemeral voice, we encounter numerous impediments. Things seem impossible in first instance, eventually succeed by perseverance. Always follow your heart's whispers, emitting positivity and self-confidence. When we became acquainted, I fell in her impassioned love. I had to face numerous barriers to win her heart, but I listened to the positive whispers of my heart. I followed and pursued consistently to overcome her gracious smile. Her love blinded me and I forgot the whole world. My heart's fire of passion ignited like a towering inferno. My indelible faith and omnipotent exterminate thorns blocking my way. Spirit of my unfailing emotional love led me to blissfulness. My sincere endeavors to make her my sweetheart imminently triumphs. And that is the end of my English poem. Hope you like it. Now I am going to recite my Odia poem in regional language. The title is Chandra Separi, Beyond the Moon. प्रियतमा आस से सूक्ष्म मिठा एवं स्थायी मोहक बसंतर संध्या मन पकईबा प्रियतमा आस से सूक्ष्म मिठा एवं स्थायी मोहक बसंतर संध्या मन पकईबा सुगंधित रंगर फूल गुड़िक लाल धला हलदिया एवं सबुज साथे तरंगायित मलय पवन सुंदर सरस चेरी फूल गछ तले मोर सम्मोहित अंतःकरण अवक्षय रोमांचित भावना तुमर मजादार शोभा वर्णाली तुमर मखमली ओठ लोभनीय चित्ताकर्षक एवं लाल गोलाप भली दिशुथि बहुल भाव मते उत्तेजित करे अत्यधिक भावनात्मक तुमर मधुर व्यवहार शपथ कर चिरदिन पाई मोर होई जीव मोर हाथ धरी मजबूत पणे चलो नील दिगंतरु अधिक दूर यात्रा करिबा एक निर्जन बासस्थान स्थापन करी तुमर निश्चितता सम्मतिर कथा दियो प्रेम कर अनंत तुमर जादूगरी स्पर्श रे मते अनुसरण कर एवं आलिंगन कर तुमर लुहर मोती दियो नाही अकारण रे गड़ाई मु तुम सहित साथी होई उड़ी जीवी चंद्र सेपारी जम्मा पर कर नाही आमे शेषरे फेरी आसी प्रचार करिबा पारस्परिक प्रेम एवं करुणा. Actually, this was written today itself for celebrating our lunar expedition, the successful lunar expedition. So, thanks to the scientists of ISRO, those who have made this wonderful journey and historical event. Thank you all. Hope you all understand my poem, but just if you permit, I can recite the poem in English also.
No. Just a gist.
Okay. I can say, just reminiscing our sweet and enduring romantic spring eventide. Those aromatic multi-hued blossoms enchanted me, and elegant, gorgeous, reclining beloved embezzled my innovation. Actually, it is a love poem, just glorifying the love of my beloved. So it is written in Odia, and for celebrating the lunar expedition. Thank you all. Thank you.
Sir. Thank you. Beautiful. That was Shyama Prasad Patnaik for you, my dear friends. Thank you. Please give it up for Shyama. Before love could make it, I could just call upon Santosh Kumar Pokral, sir, who is a beautiful writer. He's what do you call it? He's an engineer by profession, but he's an activist. He's a scholar of multiple languages. He knows multiple languages. He writes in multiple languages as well. So please welcome Santosh Kumar Pokral. And yes, Santosh Ji also is a part of this anthology. So please welcome him. Thank you. Sir, please turn on your mic. Santosh, sir, please turn on your mic.
Yeah. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir, please.
Good, good. Thank you, Prasanna. Very happy and congratulations to you and Dr. Rupali Sirchar for publishing a beautiful anthology where I'm also included. But the thing is that Amazon is not providing us with books in Kathmandu right now. And I hope when I come to cross the Indian border, so it is not very far from here, I will avail it. So thank you very much. And a good evening from Kathmandu to all of you, dear poets. So Kathmandu is now very cool. The nights are a little bit cold. We use kilt because it is cold. So in India, it is very hot, I think. Is it so, Prasanna? You have a hot climate now, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah.
No, it is raining
So,
somewhere. It's raining too, but yeah, go ahead.
yeah. So I would like to recite you my fresh poem that I wrote today, micro poems, and one Hindi. Three micro poems by poet Santosh Kumar Pokhrel. He was mine before. He was unaware of me. And now I'm not for him. He cried out loud. He's crying, I will flout. I owned him applaud. The first one. He was very unhappy as no one recognized him. Wait, for tomorrow morning I'll tell you, the sun knows everything. The sun knows everything. I was and I was not. I was and I was not. You were as your coach you got. I had no coach. I was and was not. You were as your coach you got. I had no coach. So I was and was not. So I was and was not. Thank you. This was the English poem. And the title of Hindi poem, very short one, that is Chemadan. एक वह था और एक मैं था, बीच में कुछ फासले थे हमारे दरमियां। एक वह था और एक मैं था, बीच में कुछ फासले थे हमारे दरमियां, फिर हम एक थे। फासले तो थे हमारे बीच, वे अब न थे, मैंने मन से ही उन्हें मिटा दिए थे। मन की सुनी मैंने इस बार, आओ तुम्हें आज गले लगा लूं, तुम दुश्मन तो नहीं, फिर भी बेपरवाह एक नूर हो मेरे राहों का। मैं तुम्हें माफ किए देता हूं, मैं तुम्हें माफ किए देता हूं इस वक्त तक के लिए। तुम साथ होगे हर वक्त आइंदा, तुम साथ होगे हर वक्त आइंदा। Thank you. Thank you.
Excellent, sir. Excellent. Wow, wow. बहुत good. Wonderful, wonderful. That was Santosh Kumar Pokharel sir for us, presented as his English and Hindi poems. So profound and so lovely. I mean, very touching. Yes, so beautiful. Thank you, sir. Thanks for coming and thanks for being part of the anthology.
Thank you, Prasanna.
Thank you, sir. Please.
Very happy to be here.
Give a round of applause for Santosh, sir, please. And yes, up next, how is our love infinite enjoying the show? I think so missed. And yes, as we've been, yes, love, please turn on your mic. It's your turn now. And yes, go ahead.
I am so sorry. Thank you everyone for the space. I'm really grateful. Today I'm just feeling very full of love and very blessed that all of us exist in the same space right now. So thank you for blessing me with your presence and vice versa. I do have a couple of poems. The first poem that I'm going to do is from Lantern Carrier, who sent me a poem to read for him, Manatita, the Lantern Carrier. This poem is called I Bow at the Feet of Love's Immortal Flute. With emotions transformed into a tranquil state, the warm breeze stirs my heart again. Joy resurfaces in the magnificence of my soul, and the songs of Jerusalem echoes amidst the glories of my yesteryears. Now the white floating clouds dispersed in the heavenly sky becomes an indigo blue. The glimmering sunrise sends its rays shimmering on Mother Earth, nourishing her with new life. I feel replenished. No more the shackles of a shadowy past of loneliness and regrets. You have removed the fetters of my bondage life, illumining my path with the radiant sun. Deep down in the valley of this blissful meadow, the beloved moves to its own melody of timeless time. I bow at the feet of her eternal songs, singing praises to the symphonies of love's immortal flute. And that is Manatita, the Lantern Carrier, from the 24th of August this year. This next poem that I want to do is called My Love Is Not Enough. When I see his eclipsed face, beautiful moon man, enigmatic, dark-skinned, constellation-eyed with sunset soul, I see cosmos and conifers, evergreen and ornamental poinsettia, skin glazed twice over like magnolia leaves, his locks lean like palm trees, his heart warms in black baking oven, rotisseried and burning over elusive white flame. The temperature is set to destiny's own devastating dance of encouragement. Don't give up yet, she whispers to him. There is still only so much more, little to go. Don't give up yet, she beckons him like Delilah, twisted earth temptress he must follow into nightfall. And 5 a.m. wake-up calls as he fights sleep for the third time this week. Don't give up yet. He watches what he eats and I watch him. From my hotel room in the center of Mother Luna, I blush when he smiles and daffodils fall out of my eyes. When his calls fail, he must answer another. He is freedom and enlisted in the army of innumerable galaxy, universe child, universe seed, universe crown. My love is not enough for a man like that. He needs his own. And the last poem that I'm going to do is called Now I Can Breathe Again. You won't just simply always have a place in my heart. You are my heart. Every square foot, every chamber, vessel, and capillary doesn't merely belong to you. Possession so trivial, occupancy so insufficient, tenancy alone so unfulfilling, so unsatisfying, so inaccurate a description, a label, a portraiture. My heart is your being, your spirit is my breath, my nucleus is your anima, your soul is my existence, my animus is your consciousness, your intuition is my truth. You don't just carry a piece of me, you are me, and I am you. I beat for you with no regrets. Thank you all. I appreciate it.
Brilliant. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow. Really. That is so mesmerizing. I mean, so, what do you call it? Imbibing, I would say.
Thank you.
It's very engrossing and imbibing, what do you call engaging? What would I say? So beautiful. Thanks for reading out, Lantern Career, Manatita, and thanks for your beautiful pieces. Very powerful.
Thank you for holding the space, Prasanna. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. I'd love to have you always and keep inspiring. We have our next love poet, Dr. Jahangir Alam Rustam. Please welcome Dr. Jahangir Alam Rustam. Couldn't be, we miss his spot, his poem on anthology, but yes, we love him. Maybe in next anthology we can, you would. So please welcome Dr. Jahangir Alam Rustam.
Okay, greetings from Bangladesh, and thank you, KK Purshannam, to invite me in this dais. And more thanks for inviting me to join your anthology. Okay, I'll recite two poems. First one from Terms of Love. The name of the poem, The Drooping Rain. Wow, by the rumbling sound of the ever-drooping rain. When I sat on a decorated chair, forgetting every sorrow and pain. The dash of wind I was listening, as hundreds of songs and gossips the sound was bearing. Was there any hidden space in the euphoric sound of every dropping jingle that I perceived and found? There was a murmuring voice coming from an unknown stunning girl with the dense and disheveled hair. Was she a blonde of pearl? Was she singing with a magical instrument in a melancholy mood? When I felt in a silent moment outside the room was someone dancing through the opening window that I was watching. Still, a strange girl was dancing to keep pace with the singing. What a spectacular scenery it was. Insurgent, the rain, dropping rain. Though the girl was strange, she relieved my grief and pain. The second one from Dream of Love. The name of the poem, You are mine. You are my enemy. You are my only friend. We animate in one heart, keeping up this trend. You are my radiant reading. You are my light of the full moon. You are my only sweetheart, a blooming flower, a unique boon. In the days of mourning, you are my consolation. Heart and dance offenses from you, they often contribute me inspiration. You often remember me in an adverse situation. By loving you, I have lost everything. Is it a consolation? As our two hearts are bound with only one string that dance together all the time on the fairy days those sing. Thank you.
So beautiful, sir. And I know I like the thing about this. Along with your poems, I like the cover design of your books. Cover
Okay,
designs are
thank
so beautiful. No, so beautiful. So they turn out to be. And thank you. Thanks for coming. Yes, we have got one poet left, and so please welcome Millie Das from Kolkata. Millie Das. Please stay on, my dear friends. I got only.
Hello, Prashannaji.
Ji.
Hello. Huh? I am on the way. Okay. Just after coming after one person or one poet. Okay. Hello.
You're the last one. So
Oh, I am the last one.
yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Wait.
okay.
Wait. I am standing by the road and reciting my poem. Hello.
Yeah, super. Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, that one.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes, perfect.
Yeah, Millie.
I'm,
Hi.
hello. Hi. Actually, I'm
Nice to
coming.
see you. Nice to see you.
I'm standing by the road and I'm reading my poem in the silence. It's time to silence. We move forward amidst the frenzy of destruction. Our desires turns into avarice. Gradually we become barren. We run away in fear. Find the letters in the faded pages of history. Close the crematorium door. A sweet melody coming from far away. Gentle wind is blowing on my body. Strong desires are gathered in the corner of the mind. With a bundle of happiness, I want to go in the ocean of the hope. I'm walking in an unknown way, standing at the confluence of the river and the sea. I want to say to my father, once again, think of me. I made a mistake. Please, once again. Is there any chance for my Bengali poem?
Yes, you should. You should.
Okay, thank you. Coming my next poem. This is a romantic poem in Bengali. Tomake chule. তোমাকে ছুলে স্তব্ধতায় উঠে ঢেউ ঢেউয়ের ভেতর উন্মত্ত কোলাহল কুয়াশায় ঢাকা কাঙ্ক্ষিত মন বলে নূপুর ছন্দেও এতখানি দাবানল তোমাকে ছুলেই কেঁপে ওঠে জল রং বর্ণ বিলাসী নেচে ওঠে প্রজাপতি শুকনো উঠোনে প্লাবন ভেসে গেলে পূর্ব রাগে জ্যোৎস্নারও হবে রতি তোমাকে ছুলেই ভাটিয়ালি হিম ঘুম কুমারী মেয়ের ক্লান্ত বুকের সুর জল জঙ্গলে দারিদ্রতার ছবি অরণ্য জুড়ে মুকুট মণিপুর তোমাকে ছুলেই হালকা হালকা শীত রোমশ শরীরে প্রগাঢ় অন্ধকার স্তন জুড়ে নিটোল সবুজ লিপি নীলাভ আলোয় অতিথির চরাচর থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ
Oh, ma'am, super. I mean, just be very careful. People might have gathered around and you know. and sincere in public.
আমার মতন এরকম মনে হয় কেউই কবিতা বলে না, এই দেখো আমি পুরো রাস্তায় দাঁড়িয়ে দাঁড়িয়ে কবিতা বলছি।
Oh, that's wonderful. And thank you for being a part of this anthology too. And we certainly had the honor of having you. And thanks for presenting your two beautiful poems, one in English and one in
Only
Bengali.
for your beautiful invitation and kind cooperation, and you have a beautiful heart and beautiful word you are to say to everyone. Nice to meet with you and all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. That was Millie Das from Kolkata. Please give it up for Millie Das. A round of applause. Yes, Jennifer, there is a piece that I would like to dedicate. Thank you, Millie ma'am. And this is
Thank you.
now it comes to the end of the show, but before going, let me dedicate a piece for Jennifer, and which I written for in 2020. So the title of it is the title of the poem is Stop the 4 words, and I think 4 words could be anything. So stop the. What have you been into? What do you think yourself? What do you think yourself is snatching your life, your birthright, or it's given authority to swipe away the breath of brethren? Shun the violence and hatred towards ethnic races. The blood is crying within yours and theirs, and the mother is weeping and wailing at the fate of future. Can't you hear the sound of South's moans reverberating with the resound of protests? Solidarity pouring on the parched roads, but no heart of power responding to the atrocities. They say all equal in democracy, but the realms is witnessing autocracy, a lunatic despondency of insecurity. No white can be imagined with a hue of black. Black is a part of cosmos. The joy of brightness can be rejoiced only after the kiss of darkness. The ebony and the white is like a yin and yang of the earth. How could you see the difference when you both have the common traits? I beg of you to stop killing the blacks. That was a
What a powerful poem, very powerful poem, Prasanna, and it's dedicated to all of us of color. All the discrimination in the world.
Thank you, Prasannaji. On behalf of all people of color, regardless of the race.
Thank you, ma'am. And this is a poem that I written for Manushattam, and now I am going to read it.
Manushattam is Songs of Humanity. Songs of Humanity.
Songs of Humanity. And we rise by lifting others, definitely, as I said, as Rupali ma'am said. Humane might. I rise and rise to see the brimming energy, surging forth to have the synergy of forces align and rise. Every feeble and parched soul to quench the thirst for the joyous tidings. Every fragile and every dehydrated to replenish with the steam of ambrosia. I rise and rise to see myself saturate and inundate with the flawless smiles. Rise to rub eyes of colors and make them watch the reality. I'm here to make the breeze flow and touch the sea of humanity, not in the terms of simply regurgitating edicts of eternity. Yes, I rise and rise. I rise to the cause, because being embodied in the skin of sanity, it's not only my duty to uplift the parity between the individuals, but to see to it that everyone is equal in terms of enjoying the bounty blessed by the Almighty. Vision of mine sounds to be an utopian entity, yet I rise and rise and rise to dissipate the human mind. Thank you, my dear friends. Thank you for being a part of this wonderful anthology called Manushatvam, or the Songs of Humanity. And please keep raise your voice for the humanity. Thank you. And those who are having the book, you can hold the piece and to show this. Yes, thank you. Right. Thank you.
Thank you, Prasanna. I don't
you so
have
much.
next time I will
Yes, ma'am.
in India.
Don't worry. Next
Yeah.
week, I think I could read from your poem.
Yeah, you
Thank
can
you,
read my
Jen.
poem next week. Yeah, thank you so much. I will
Thank
come
you,
in
Spongo.
January.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I love you. Thank you for being part of this
It's
today's
a
Thank
nice
you.
event.
moment.
Thank
Next
you.
time I also be included with it.
All